Good evening, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Back at ya. Back at ya.
We
Lovely
are
to see so many of you here with us live in Zoom, as well as everywhere in the intrawebs that are out
in the
there.
internets.
Intrawebs, I called them.
The internet.
So, welcome to day 65, everybody, of Fall Kickstart. It has been an incredible 65 days for, I'm sure, all of us. The ups, downs, highs, lows, but that's what we call life, right? And we're just excited to have you guys here with us tonight on Tuesday. It feels like we haven't seen you in a while for some dumb reason, but it was on Thursday. No. Yeah, we said, did we see them on Thursday?
No.
No, last Tuesday.
Yes, it's been a week. 7 days.
It's been a week. Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
We're leaving you guys wanting more.
Yeah.
So we're heading to the finals. Come on, everybody, all together now. Okay. So we're heading into the everybody's good job, everybody. I love it. I love the interaction with that. So we're heading to the final stretch in November. Tonight's topic can be more timely. It is December soon. So stress and self-care are finding balance in busy times with the holidays fast approaching. And for our American friends, Thanksgiving this week. It's like
in a couple of days.
It's like 2 days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So let's take a moment to breathe, reflect, and reset.
It's absolutely crazy to think that Monday is December 1st. But you know what? We have a few things that we want to remind you guys throughout the show because, it's back. If we say corn, or if you see either of us take a sip of water, take a sip of water. We just want to stay hydrated. It's a great way to, playing games with your hydration as far as that goes is just awesome. It's just a fun way to
if you do not have water with you right now, this is your cue to, okay. Jean-Luc and Nick said to get water. So get up from your chair and go get yourself something with water in it because this is something that we've used to do in our show. And we really want to bring it back, especially for January. Our water intake's low. So by doing this with all of you, we're hoping that maybe even in your daily lives, maybe corn will become your always water drinking word.
Or we've always said this, or find your own word, or make it a word that you're going to hear all the time.
Exactly.
Except for like the.
As always, we invite you to open the dashboard while we chat and submit your trackers for today that if you haven't already submitted them. So remember, every day counts. If you've not submitted your tracker in a long time, remember that there's now the tracker catch up, meaning if you submit one tracker today for the month of November, by December, all of your trackers will be backtracked for you. You can start December fresh. This is a new feature for Kickstart, so you can start at any time. So our sessions are still what the programming will be, but anybody can join at any time now. You can start at any time with Kickstart because every month is a reset of your diamond status. And for those of you who reach the end of the full session, so the 105 days, and you actually track every day, you will all receive a certificate saying you tracked every day. So that's the difference. If you don't track yourself and it catches up for you, you don't want to get the certificate. But if you do it yourself and you catch up before the deadline of the month, then you're good to go. So that's all I wanted to talk about the tracker. So take the time tonight, go to your dashboard, see what's missing, and do it while we're talking tonight to fill in those dates that are missing.
And you can see where those dates are on your personal dashboard, right?
Yeah.
You'll actually see that section. Let's not forget to actually celebrate these amazing diamond members.
I'm getting a lot of dings, so
Yeah,
I think everyone's
gonna do it.
listening. I love it. Everyone's listening because I'm getting a lot of dings on my watch saying, so logging on, logging on, logging on.
Haven't you noticed though? It's kind of funny because it goes in spurts. Like there's, and it's almost like you guys are all programmed at the same time. There's like clusters of you that go, "Oh my god, I got to do it," and you all do it within the
Three
same.
people today caught up 20 days. So today was like I was like ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh, good job. They're catching up. I love it. I love my watch dinging. You know what? Every time I dings, an angel gets its wings.
You're how appropriate for this season. It's actually funny that you said that because this afternoon I was in a meeting at work and my watch kept buzzing, and I kept going, "Don't look at the watch. Don't look at the watch," because nothing weirder than when someone's presenting and you're like, especially now that they know you're wearing a smartwatch, right?
So we currently have 68 diamond members. So that means 68 people have tracked all 65 days, well, 63 days so far, because Jean-Luc is not one of them. That's why he's
one of them right now.
That's why he's ducking below.
Just because I haven't had a chance to actually do it.
I am. I'm a diamond member.
I still have been tracking though.
Yes.
I just haven't updated it on the website. That's the only thing. Hey, I'm really pleased about myself. I'll be honest, because last session, like last season, I don't even want to call them sessions. We're going to call them seasons.
Yeah,
last season, because we are in fall right now. Last season, I didn't make it to 68 days or whatever day, 65 days of tracking last time. I did not. I'll be very honest with you. Maybe I did less. No, I did about 60. I'm at the same mark, but I'm above it because it's only 105 days. Last time there was 140.
47. Yeah.
So
I will
I'm so
post,
proud of myself.
and I do have the link for those of you who are like, can you give me the link, Nick? Yeah, here it is. You guys can go right there to track your anything that's missing. That page will also show you what you're missing as well. Winter 2026, we've said 500 people max. We're now at 152. So most of our Kickstarters have signed up. But if you've not registered yet and you are part of the fall Kickstart program and you want to join us in January, make sure you check your table with your membership table, I like to call it, where your membership ID is. It tells you as well if you're registered for winter 2026. Make sure it says the word registered there, because if it does not say that, it means you're not registered, okay? And as always, though, if you are a diamond member, if you track every single day for Kickstart for this session, you will automatically get approved even if you forget to sign up. This is for people who maybe not tracked for the last little while, who are not tracking this time and want to be part of Kickstart next session. Make sure you check that status on the dashboard.
Maybe they just call it the membership, their membership card.
Yeah, that's what I call
It's
it.
their membership card.
It's your membership card.
It's your
I'm
membership
trying to figure out a way
card.
to add that at the
It's your
top.
card, yeah.
I'm trying to find a way to add that at the top. I was working on it the other day. It wasn't working. I gave up. So maybe someday it'll say membership card at the top, and it'll be all having to do with that.
Yeah, and also don't forget our books are available again. The new season books are out, available on YouTube, Amazon. What am I talking
my
about?
God,
On
YouTube.
YouTube. It's been a long day. I
I
was in
can't
the
read
office
what it
today.
says here.
It was on Amazon, the orientation guide, the tracker, the journal, and the winter cookbook. So feel free to check those out if you are interested as well.
For anybody watching this on YouTube or Facebook, if you want to find our website, just go to jeanlucandnick.com, and our main website page now has everything on the main website. So actually, I was going to show you guys tonight. So if you have friends who are interested in Kickstart this week, there's been some changes made to our website to make things even easier for all of you. So I will show you guys that quickly. Give me 1 second. My browser won't launch. So I'm going to show you guys that quickly. So you guys have all the information. You guys can, if you guys want to share Kickstart with friends and you guys aren't sure how to do it, I made some more changes this last week. So here I'll go to jeankennedy.com not dashboard. Not dashboard. Dashboard is where there's the membership card. There it is. It's gone. It's gone. So I made a few changes to the main website. So if your friends want to join Kickstart or want to join our chat, find our books, anything they're looking for, if you send them to jeanlucandnick.com now, they'll be able to find all the information they need. Once you log on to our main website, you'll see below, it actually shows you join Kickstart today. It no longer says join in January. It says join now. So if you have friends who want to join, remember, everything resets every month. So that's the new change. Our books are now on this page. So if you're always wondering, are the new books out yet? You can see them now on our main page of our website. All our books are now there. You can actually scroll through them, and you can also click on them to actually view them. And then we click on them, it'll bring them to the bring you to the bookstore, so you can actually order them if you're interested. Testimonials. Some of you are Kickstart members. You've actually written testimonials. They're right here. And then below that is the website as it used to be, but our events are here. So our Kickstart retreats that are coming up are all here, including the newly announced fall Kickstart retreat. We'll talk about that later, but it's September 18th and 20th, 2026. And you'll also find below that our chats,
I like how he says
later, our blogs, and our calendar if you're wondering what we're doing, and everything's here, even our late recent chats. This is Tracy's chat from last time. So everything on our main website for anybody who's looking to try to share what their community is about, send them just to our main page, because the dashboard they can't access. So if you send them there, they'll get a full picture of what everything Kickstart's about in one single swoop. And we appreciate that. Sharing that link, if you share it on Facebook and say, hey, if you are interested in starting something new in January, you want to try Kickstart, just put jeanlucandnick.com and have them come there. It's great, and we'd highly appreciate it.
Yeah, we'd love to see people doing Kickstarter everywhere.
Well,
as many places as possible.
I'll say this Kickstart, we've had a lot of new people join, and a lot of people are tracking every day. So I'm very not surprised. Well, maybe it's
encouraged.
Actually, I got goosebumps saying that.
Encouraged.
I feel very encouraged seeing that, there's 68 people that are diamond right now. And most of the time, throughout the entire time, there's been about 70 to 80 people that are consistently always keeping track. And by the end of the month, I've gotten to always 100, which has been one of our goals, is try to be 100 people tracking for the entire time. So if we can get the end of Kickstarter and reach that goal, maybe in January we'll try to head for 200. 200 people who track consistently the entire time, and keep that number growing and keep supporting each other through this journey of Kickstart. And on the other side of it, getting everything we want out of our journeys and what we want to achieve in our own lives, especially in January.
Let's make Kickstarter movement.
But didn't you say, what did you say the other day?
Instead of resolutions, let's
Instead of New Year's resolutions,
let's decide some New Year's commitments.
Yeah, instead of New Year's resolutions, let's do New Year commitments. That's what we should use for our slogan for the new year.
That's our tagline for 2026.
Yeah, instead of New Year's
not making no resolutions, I'm committing.
Yeah, New Year's commitments is what I'm doing. As well, so now I showed you guys on the website where to access all of our events coming up. There will be more events showing up there. So if you're always wondering, are Jean-Luc going to a Toronto cruise perhaps this summer? Are they visiting Windsor? Go there, because every event will show up in that section. I'll also email you guys as stuff happens, of course. But if you're ever wondering, if you're not sure if you missed something, just check there to see what's coming up. We also have an announcement about our Ireland trip.
Yes, we do have a big announcement about Ireland. There is a new room available. There's been one cancellation, which means one double room is available now. Or it could be a couple or two solo travelers who would like to join us. So if you are interested, please reach out or go to jeanlucandnick.com/Ireland.
Jen actually messaged us today because a lot of people from our community reached out to her when the first trip announcement came out, and not everyone booked. So now that so she's like, tell your people first, and then she'll email everyone else after. So if you are interested in coming to Ireland with us, it's a bus tour through Ireland with the Rustic Mama team, as well as Jean-Luc and I, and we will be driving through Ireland, visiting Dublin, visiting all the places I've always wanted to see.
I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've only seen pictures.
I have a dream of visiting as many countries in the world, and the fact that I get to do Ireland next is, well, Jamaica this next week, so I've never been there, so that's the first time there, and then Ireland. I'm very excited about it.
And it's actually, you know what, we love it because we get to do it with a bunch of fun people.
Yeah,
that's the great part about it too, and we're very, very lucky. We know we are very lucky about it.
We're also going to Iceland, so if you are interested in doing an Icelandic cruise with a group of amazing people, again, men, women, it's going to be a fun trip. It's on a celebrity silhouette ship next July, so if teachers can join, if you're a teacher. So if you're interested in that, just go to jeanlucandnick.com/Iceland cruise.
Yep,
and you'll get all the details there.
So now, off with all that stuff, let's talk about the important stuff. Let's talk about tonight's topic, because you know what, we really want to talk about we want to go into what stress is all about, what stress is, what self-care is, how we need to protect ourselves, especially in this time of year, because things are going to get busy. This is the season where we feel overwhelmed a lot, where there's a lot of obligation, there's pressures, there's expectations. A lot of emotions are being thrown in the air and weigh in on us. Happy emotions, of course, but a lot of sad ones too. And so we're getting it from every direction. So tonight, what we really wanted to do, because it's the beginning of the season, we thought this was to be a great time to talk about these three things, these three themes that we figured out that that might help us through this season. First one being identifying your stress triggers, right? Second one, and that's in general, I'm not just saying for this season, in general, choosing self-care that actually works for you. And the third one is protecting your balance through the holidays. Once we talk about these, it'll actually give us some understanding as to what we can do to help us when certain things happen to us.
And stress isn't just I'm overwhelmed. It's got patterns, Common holiday stresses include your family expectations or emotional dynamics. We go through it too. We have two separate families. We both have our moms and our sisters.
And they're in opposite
directions, 3 hours in different directions. So we often have stress about, where do we go this year? Who is it going to be? Which house is it going to be at?
Yeah.
Who's doing what? And I think every family goes through that every year. So that's right there is a huge stress factor. Also, the fact that we're super busy already in our lives, and you throw on this extra big event and on top of that, it doesn't mean that your regular life doesn't stop in December. You're still living your things. That if you're going through a health crisis, your health crisis doesn't stop because Christmas is coming, because your body's okay. Here, we're off now. It's Christmas time. We're gonna take a break off. Your rheumatoid arthritis is gonna be off for 2 weeks
That
now.
was it.
Can you imagine? Oh my god, can you imagine if our body aches took vacations too? You know, they want holiday breaks. That would be great. It could also be food pressure. You know, you're feeling an off routine. You know, you're not working. For those of us who are working, maybe it's, you know, you're no longer at work during Christmas, so you're not following your routine as much, and now you start developing some of those bad habits again. It could be financial strain,
Especially this time of year.
and right now
We feel,
too.
and it's funny how financial strain and obligation a lot of times go hand in hand because we feel obligated to buy people things because it's that time where people start giving each other gifts. There's also traveling or hosting. Traveling is huge, going to see family members, especially, and then we go traveling, hosting, and weather. We didn't even include weather in this because weather is a big stress
I
factor.
think travel is
When you're
weather.
exactly,
Yeah, like the
yeah,
travel weather is
the travel
that stresses me out.
definitely
Like
anybody who's
when
in that
a few
situation.
weeks ago we were in Windsor and we knew a storm was coming, the first snowfall was coming the next day. I was like, if I leave at midnight tonight, I'll get to Windsor in 3 hours. If I leave tomorrow morning when the snow starts, I'll get there in 6 hours.
And there's a big
and
difference here.
and that anxiety all day was going through my head. I was kept and I was like, I don't want to tell him because it's his mom's. You know, I don't want to be the one that says we have to go anywhere because it is his mom's visit, right?
But we also have to take into consideration Nick doesn't drive nowhere near as much as we used to. We live in the condo, so we do a lot of public transportation now. We don't drive in the winter as much because since the pandemic, we've been working from home. So think about those stressors of him going, oh my God, it's the first snow and I haven't driven in the snow yet. I'm not. So think of these things on your own, these little triggers that might bring in anxiety or different feelings. And also the other one is the feeling of loneliness and
Comparison.
comparison. This is a huge time of year when we're comparing ourselves to others, saying, "Oh, well, they have
Oh,
more than me."
why is that family getting along so much better than my family?
Yes,
Why
definitely.
is this? Why is it that these people are getting better gifts and they seem to have a better treat than I have? Why is it that I'm alone and no one wants to be with me? These are all thoughts that are valid and people will think throughout this time of year, and oftentimes also leads us to feeling like we should be doing more. You know, sometimes we feel like, oh, we're not doing enough. You know, I'm not.
Mhm.
Am I enough?
My social engagements aren't as often as they should
Or
be.
I'm not giving enough gifts, or I'm
That
not doing this enough.
or
So
I'm not even giving enough of my time. I'm not volunteering enough, right? All of these things are going through our mind throughout this time. There a lot of times they're going through it throughout the year, but this time of year, for some dumb reason, is the time where people feel most stressed.
so we have a question for all of you right now. What's stressing you out the most right now? You know, November, it's November 25th. Thanksgiving's coming for the US. December's coming for us Canadians. What's your biggest stress right now? What's happening in your life that's making you feel, you know, a little more anxiety right now at the moment?
Your trigger,
Yeah,
that
it's
thing that's triggering you
yeah.
in that sense.
And we do want to send out some two people have lost. Someone lost a partner, and someone lost a pet, a beloved pet that I saw posting on the dashboard. So I'm not saying names because I do not want to say names because I want to respect their privacy. But I do want to wish them the most love from us because I know it's not easy to go through this time of loss. So I saw your comments on the dashboard. I commented below to send you some love, and I hope you guys are, you know, feeling the love from the community because that's why we're here. So I see in chat. You want to read some of these?
Yeah, definitely. So someone here, who was this? Stephanie said, family obligations and travel. Those are things that are triggers for her right now. And then we have Barb saying, buying gifts for family members that already have everything. Oh my goodness, can totally relate to that. That's been a stressor for a long time for a lot of us. And I know I hate to say it's a silly stressor, but it is, right? Because if someone already has everything, maybe just our presence should be enough, right? In certain aspects of it, right? And that's hard though, because you still feel like you need to give somebody something. And it's not even feel like you need to, as you want to.
Susan said, I'm moving. Who
Ooh,
here hates moving? I have moved so many times in my life. I calculated once, I think I've been to 20 different places.
that's crazy.
I've moved a lot because I had to go. I moved in my childhood a lot, and then when I was an adult in university, I moved every 4 months because I was a co-op student, so I would go to different cities and work I would go to school for 4 months and go to work for 4 months throughout my university time. So I moved all the time. So I know it's not fun packing stuff in boxes. So I feel your pain. It's especially at this time of year. Winter moving is not fun. We tend to try to move in the summer all the time,
Yeah, definitely.
or the fall. We always plan it that way.
Yeah.
So far,
Yeah, it's never happened.
yeah, it's cross fingers.
But we're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
So Karen here said Christmas is a month away, and it's so busy at school and I have nothing done for Christmas, right? That feeling of, oh my God, it's getting closer and closer and I still not feel prepared. That always feeling like you have to be, we're always on at Christmas. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Joyce said, angry Christmas shoppers,
Oh.
please be nice to retail workers. Yes, it's the most wonderful time of the year, supposedly, allegedly.
But yet, resting bitch face, the lie relies amongst many of us still. Did I
So,
say that out loud? I'm
yes.
sorry.
I was like,
Said it.
I was like,
Said it.
so yes, we can't change others out there.
Nope.
So I'm looking to the community here to be the example that we're trying to set. Remember, go into situations at the stores. If you are the customer, always go with the impression or the idea that the person you're talking to is not out to get you.
They don't own the company most of the times as well.
They're
right?
probably just as unhappy to be there as you are at that time. So remember that when you speak to people. And of course, if eventually you have to stand up for yourself, of course, you always have to stand up for yourself eventually. But what we're saying is do not approach the situation already in anger, because that will usually never lead to anything good.
And there are some amazing customer service reps who work here and are part of this community. And we know how hard it must be when you guys are getting the opposite of the angry customer facing this innocent worker, right? So it goes both ways. So we really have to be careful with that.
Husband's health for Donna.
Very,
So
very
of
important.
course,
Yeah.
that's a super
Huge
stressful
trigger.
thing. And I can't imagine, because I have him here. So me going through it, that's always the way I relate to that, thinking if I was going through it with him. And yeah, I just, hoping everything goes well, and that, the power of the positivity of the community will help, send healthy vibes out there.
Another thing someone mentioned is the remembering the loss of a loved one during the holidays. If someone's passed throughout this time, and every year it's
A
that
reminder.
And I mean, yes, you remember anyone who's passed at any time, but for some reason, again, that Christmas season, there's something about it that just really intensifies our emotions.
A few other ones, shopping for families, Lynn said. Lorna said, adapting to new family dynamics. Teens becoming young adults. So that's also for us, because now we're adapting to little kids becoming teens.
Mhm.
So our niece and nephew are now they're 13 and 11. They're going to 12, 14 next year.
That's
And
crazy.
so they're my mom told me I'm not going to talk about it online, but my mom talked to me about my niece and my nephew, and they're growing, and how she's now starting to think about coming here and her future plans. So my mom had a whole conversation about that this week. And she's going back to work. She's very happy about that. Oh, mom, I hope it's okay. I said it out loud. She's here. She's here. I think she's okay. She's celebrating about it. My mom's going back to work in January.
I'm so glad I'm not the one that said anything.
She's very
I
happy
really
about that. She's very happy about it. I know she is. Nicole's dealing with CFS pathway. Holiday related, would be trying to coordinate Christmas together for 4 hours away. So many people have stresses having to do.
But you know what? I'm going to give you all this right now. I want to first of all, everybody grab your hand. Everybody tap yourself on the back. Why? Because you're recognizing it.
Yeah.
You're recognizing there are triggers out there, right? And that was the first thing we said, recognizing the trigger. It's if you're sitting there going, oh, I have nothing, right? Speaking it out loud, making sure that you realize, okay, this is something that could trigger me in the next month. But what can help us throughout that? What can we do, right, in order to help us? It's self-care. Self-care is one of the most important things, and self-care does not need to be fancy.
It doesn't have to be a spa.
It doesn't need to be, I'm going for a massage.
Or
I'm going to get my
manicure.
nails done. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to buy myself a new outfit.
You can do that. We're not
Hey,
saying.
there's nothing wrong with that, to be
I love a
fair.
good massage.
I look at that as being kind of a reward, right? Because it's a reward. But self-care is it can be a mixture of a reward and a reward and self-care. But really, let's talk about things we can do without thinking monetary self-care. things like saying no without guilt.
And we're not saying no to trying new things. We're saying maybe there's some things you should maybe drop off your list this
Yeah, just
Christmas.
saying, and you know what? Just saying, "Hey, no, no,"
I can't.
because
Sorry.
no is a full sentence,
Yeah.
right? And not being mean about it, but just being able to say no. Taking 10 minutes alone just to breathe or to rest. Walking away from that kitchen of all those cookies that you're making just to sit down and say, "You know what? I've been nonstop. I need that 10 minutes." Walking away from the mall even when you're like, "Yeah, you know what? There's way too many people in here right now. I need to walk away. Maybe I need to go on to Amazon."
Drinking water regularly.
Corn, but sipping it.
Taking 10 minutes alone to breathe or reset.
I already just said that. You're repeating me.
Oh, sorry. I went up the list.
Yeah.
Going for a short walk. I
And he says, I don't listen.
listen.
Making simple, nourishing meals. Why do we need to complicate things right now, too? If you have food that you enjoy eating, you don't need to make the big Christmas dinner if you don't want to. That's something that we put on ourselves because we enjoy it sometimes. But if that is something that's burdening you, just have something nice and simple.
Setting boundaries with certain people.
Hmm.
Asking for help instead of pushing through. So if you know you're trying to create a dinner and you're struggling to get it all together, ask for help.
Well, we
Have your
decided
family sit back and go, "Ha, ha, no," and walk away.
maybe,
Maybe.
but
And that means maybe you don't make it dinner for the family.
that's when you
Have
ask
other
your friends.
issues.
You ask your friends for help because
Yeah.
you know what? Chosen family is just as important.
So we want to ask you guys, what helps you guys cope with stress this time of year? So in chat, I want you guys all to share some of your tips for, when you're stressed out during the holiday season, you're going through the shopping experience or all the get-togethers that you have to go through, the driving to different places, the travel, the coordination with everyone. What's the things you guys do to bring your guys to recenter yourselves in those situations? And I also want to give a shout out, not a shout out, but a heartfelt, big heart to all the people who shared, the people they've lost during the Christmas time.
Mhm.
I saw Carrie and Suzanne
Lynn.
and Lynn and a few other people share people they've lost throughout the holiday season. So
And we don't want to make the holiday season. We're not trying to make the holiday season like a sad thing because some of us have great and enjoy Christmas, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But it's still when you still need to find those moments of peace and solitude and quietness in order to recharge yourself, no matter what, right?
exactly. So in chat we had shared that cats watching a funny movie in Christmas movies
Love
from
that.
Lorna. Donna said going for a really long walk. That's definitely a good thing to do. Susan said breathe, be mindful, stop to listen and listen to yourself. Suzanne's celebrating the fact that she's for the first time since 2020 they're getting together for Thanksgiving. Her and her uh, for her nieces and great nephew.
That's beautiful.
And stay and repeat, say and repeat. uh, yes, like so Carmen said, one of the mantras we suggested is to say and repeat. So say and repeat it. Um, you know, you're going to be able to get through this period of time. We've gone through Christmas time before.
Yeah.
So remember that thought always. Like if you're going to a point, what I always tell myself because I have huge anxiety issues, when I start getting to the point where I can't, you know, see through the fog, I always try to go back and listen to myself, telling myself before, I've been through this before. We've all been through Christmas. We've all had major issues happen in our life that we've surpassed. So you will get through the holidays and you'll get out on the other side and you'll thrive again once the weather gets nice. Because apparently the
And
polar vortex is coming.
I would even suggest creating your own tradition.
Yeah.
Make Christmas, do one thing every year at Christmas just for you that nobody else even knows about. That would be amazing self-care. Something that you do for you, and again, it could be absolutely anything. The world, the ocean is your oyster. There's no limit to what you could do for yourself. But keep that for you so that way when you're struggling, you have that one thing that you're like, you know what? I'm going to take care of myself and I know when I'm going to do it. It's already on my calendar. And that way you could be ready for whatever comes your way.
Prepare some polite declines lines like I'd love to join, but I'm keeping things simple this week, or I'm when you're going through these situations with people, remember to prepare yourself with some strategies to keep the balance. So one of the things you want to do is, sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah.
You
So
jumped because you
I
missed
know
all that.
I
You
messed.
jumped.
So 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 as you were talking about, when you're going through your stressful situation at during the season, and a lot of people were showing in chat that they're going through some stressful times, there's always some ways to
Find
some
balance.
tricks to find balance in what you're doing. So for example, you can plan some non-negotiables. You can say some things that you're not willing to give up. Maybe
I
it's
will not budge.
I will not track this Christmas. Maybe that's one of your non-negotiables. Yeah, I just saw that.
Mhm.
Mm.
Your sleep time, maybe even through the holidays. Saying, you know what? I need to get to bed by 11 o'clock, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm doing. Maybe,
Prepare your polite decline line.
yeah, prepare your polite decline lines.
So like I'd love to join, but I'm keeping things simple this week. Or I can't at the moment because I'm dealing with X, Y, Z. You know, maybe there's something else that you have to deal with that you can use to explain. And you don't even have to. It's okay to say no.
And when you can't, creating those polite declines actually goes into another one, which is not overdoing it, not stacking so many things on your schedule and on your plate that you get so overwhelmed that you can't even manage it anymore. So knowing that, you know what, it's okay to say, oh, well, I'm happy there's two parties on this day or two parties this weekend. I could only go to one.
Practice mindful eating instead of restriction.
Mhm.
We talk about this all the time. Don't go through the holidays saying I'm not going to do anything.
I'm not going to have cake.
I'm
I'm not
not
going
going
to
to
have,
enjoy
yeah.
anything. Of course, balance is key. Do not, do the opposite and eat everything in sight. But remember, you can have turkey, you can have vegetables. Those are all options. Pick and choose the things you love and eat what you want to enjoy this holiday season.
And again, check in with yourself daily, which basically Nick said earlier is saying, I'm going to track. I'm just going to make sure I track. It doesn't mean that I'm going to get everything done correctly, but I'm still going to track whatever I do so I can be accountable to myself. And that is basically my daily check in.
And then, of course, schedule yourself some fun things to do. So throughout this entire holiday season, always remember to think about yourself. If you have to put yourself first in some situations, make sure you take time to spend some fun things that you enjoy. It's not all about everybody else. Christmas is also about you. So if there's something you love during the holidays, if it's I love when we go for a walk in the snow in our neighborhood on Christmas Eve. If that's what you enjoy and you haven't been
Make
doing it
sure
in
you do
years,
it.
bring it back. Talk to someone about it. Suzanne just said it. First time she's having a Thanksgiving dinner this year. If there's something you haven't done in years for Christmas that you've missed, maybe it's time you reach out to those people and say, hey, you know what? It's been years. Let's do something together this Christmas. It doesn't have to be a whole day. It could be just, let's go for a walk. Let's go for coffee. It doesn't have to be major. Just look at what you can do that you enjoy doing, the fun things that you enjoy doing.
Yes. So again, we hope you really enjoyed our chat this evening. We thought this was a great time because you know what? December is just literally around the corner. It is on Monday. So we're already starting to see the hustle and bustle in the stores. We've already talked about it. Someone even mentioned, dealing with those rude customers, dealing with road rage, all of these things are going to happen no matter what. But how you learn how to accept, manage, and keep going is what's so important. And learning how to do that takes time. It's not going to be perfect, but knowing that you do have tools and you do have the support will hopefully get you through this holiday season.
We have a show coming this Sunday. We unfortunately had to cancel this Thursday's cooking show because Jean-Luc has to work that night.
Till midnight.
Till midnight. So we could not have a session. So yeah,
It's a Christmas
it's a Christmas event that he has to work.
So it's a year-end gala.
So he's working. So we have to cancel because I ain't cooking. Sorry. Ain't happening.
I told him, I said, so you can do it, honey. He's like, are you kidding me? No way.
Here's the pasta. Here's the water. Here's the sauce.
And that was definitely not the recipe on the schedule.
No, like I probably would I'm not gonna do that. So, but we'll see you on Sunday, November 30th at 7 p.m. It's all talking about holiday prep and smart choices.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about staying mindful while still enjoying and celebrating because you know what? We are gathering, we are gonna have fun, we are gonna swap, gifts and things like that. But we want to be able to swap things and foods and enjoy these gatherings without any guilt.
Yeah, so some of the discussion points we'll have is how do you plan ahead for holiday meals and parties? So we've had this discussion before. We'll talk about it as a group. We'll also talk about smart swaps, that help you feel balanced at the
Mhm.
table. So, for example, if you're at the dinner table and there's certain things offered, what can you choose instead of other things to ensure that you're, sticking to some healthier options so you're still enjoying as much as you can, but again, balance
And also giving yourself permission just to enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
without guilt.
The holidays come once a year, right? We know they do every year. And if we feel guilty about it all the time, it's not going to help us any different.
No.
It really won't.
So this is our final show before we head to. Sorry, this Sunday.
Sunday.
This Sunday is our final show before we head to Jamaica. We'll be back on December 14th. Will be our live show when we're back from that trip. We have step classes scheduled throughout the when we come back as well. But keep checking out the schedule to see the latest times, and we'll know more definite details when we get closer to the date. But that's the next scheduled date we have on our calendar. And
We just want to thank you guys for being here again tonight. Thanks for always joining us on Tuesdays and any other night that we're here. It's always fun just to have these chats.
stress can feel heavy, but you're never doing this alone. Don't forget to submit your tracker before the end of the month, so the 6th of or the end of the day, 5th of December. So you guys have lots of time, and I will be continuing trackers while I'm on vacation. So don't worry, I'll be updating you guys throughout the vacation. And
We'll see you guys on Sunday for the supportive chat and the uplifting holiday prep.
exactly. So for those of you in Zoom, you can stick around. For everybody else, we will end the chat and see you on Sunday.
Bye.
Bye. I was saying bye, Felicia.
No, we like these people. Bye.